Yeah. But they're saying, doctor, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Hello, good
Thank you,
evening.
Dr. Shashi Mohan Sharma, for joining us from UK. Shashi Mohan Sharma is the principal of Hanuman Homeopathy Medical College, UK, and we welcoming you to the International Forum for Promoting Homeopathy. In our Zoomathon sessions, we celebrate as part of the 200th day celebration of daily Zoom meetings we are conducting. So it is a honor and pleasure for us to have you in our forum. You are doing a lot of jobs in UK in promoting homeopathy internationally. We are happy to have you with us. And the floor is yours, sir. You can have your proceedings.
Hello, good evening, everyone. I can see a lot of my friends there. And today we are discussing homeopathy in acute illnesses. A lot of people are not going to homeopathy treatment in the beginning and they go to some other people. I mean, our friends in allopathy or other sciences. And what happens when there is a need of any medicine which our body tells us through signs and symptoms, and these symptoms are suppressed. And after suppression, when the patient comes to you or any homeopath, the symptoms are not the same. Maybe there are side effects of some medicine or something which is not there in nature but produced by scientifically proven allopathy medicine, so called, not like homeopathy. So we consider these symptoms as well. So it's better to have homeopathy treatment from the beginning, pure case. I have seen so many miracles with homeopathy in acute conditions when they come to us. I remember of one case of one gentleman who had one disease condition called spring catarrh. In this condition, the eyes are very sticky, yellow discharge and thick discharge. So what we do in homeopathy, rather than diagnosing and telling the patient you have got this sickness or illness, we gather the symptoms, all acute conditions, objective and subjective symptoms, and find the remedy. In that case, which was not treated properly by one of the best physicians in the world, the gentleman was very rich person, and I don't want to name him for publicity or my own like a status that I am treating such people. So the gentleman came to me with sticky eyes, thick gluey discharge, and after taking the case, the remedy was Kalibichrome. We call it Kalibichromate. So after 3 doses, in 3 doses at half an hour interval, I give always start with 200 in confirmed cases. So 3 doses was given of 200 potency, and I asked him to see me after 1 week. To his surprise and amazement, he came back with a gift for me. Honestly, he said, "Doctor, I was treated in Germany. I was treated in this United Kingdom. I've been to America. No one treated me properly, and they gave me all these antibiotics and tablets and eye ointments. But your 3 doses did miracle to my eyes." So what happens when we find the right remedy and give the right medicine? It should be of the high quality, proper quality, rather than from any pharmacy with no standard of manufacturing or preserving them. And then it happens how it was prescribed, at what time it was given, and what about the precautions were taken during medication and making and during consuming. We generally say don't take coffee, don't take mints, coffee, chocolates, perfumes, and clean your mouth before taking the medicine. These are the most important things. When we give any medicine, we don't tell them how to take the medicine. They take 4 pills 3 times daily, 4 times daily, and I am surprised sometimes when I see they fill up the full bottle and give the medicine, and they don't know what they are doing. They are actually spoiling the case. They don't remember the philosophy of Hahnemann, primary action and secondary action of the medicine. I'm not teaching everyone homeopathy, but I know that you all homeopaths and you are practicing and helping the suffering community. But what we are doing, we should think again. Most of the cases where I see, mainly when I was doing the same mistake when I was young homeopath, we don't trust that single dose or 2 doses will help in any case. So we give full bottle of pills and our body is tortured. I'm using the word tortured by homeopathic medicine rather than medicine helping you. So people keep taking the medicine, 4 pills, 6 pills, or whatever size pills they are taking 3-4 times a day. Actually, this is spoiling the case, and not only spoiling but suppressing the illness or making changes in the physiological and pathological depending on the medicine and its symptoms. Generally, we don't give repeated doses in Soranum, Lachesis, Lycopodium, Cilicia, and so other remedies where say even one medicine for gastric cancer, Ornithogalum umbulatum, a single dose is good enough to treat the case. I don't know how many people understand this philosophy. We should not give remedy until you are 100% sure, definite that this remedy is going to help and it is covering most of or majority of the symptoms. Sometimes we don't find all the symptoms in one remedy. So we have to give the remedy which covers the maximum of the symptom. This morning there was a case of body ache, rheumatoid arthritis, and all the symptoms were leading to the lycopodium. So I gave the lady 203 doses, and then for her confidence, I gave some pills to continue, just like simple pills, so that she keep thinking that she's taking the medicine rather than telling me only 3 powders what these will do to me. So this happens. We have to give them confidence as well that they are taking the medicine, not telling them only this 1 dose will do or 2 doses will do, because they don't listen to you. They want to see something in, practically they're taking something. Physically, they're taking something to feel better. I've got a gentleman sitting next to me. I took his case. He's just sitting next to me, and I gave him Jalsemium, I gave him other remedies. But today, I done the case taking again and find out that his medicine is phosphorus. I just repertorized the case, and the phosphorus is covering all the symptoms, including anxiety and unrefreshing sleep, weakness, innervation, that is a lassitude, morning waking on, appetite is diminished. And when I found out this is remedy is phosphorus, then he told me more symptoms, and all the symptoms were leading to phosphorus. Even the pain in the chest, left side, palpitations of the heart, vision is blurred, and other symptoms which directly lead to the remedy and make the confirmation of the remedy. When we are practicing homeopathy, we should practice homeopathy like homeopathy, not like allopathy. Suppose one case is treated with one remedy, so you keep giving the same remedy to other patient without taking the detailed case taking. Here, we are sharing the information, and the information should be authentic, and it should be helping others to know what we have done rather than just self-praising that I did this, I did that. Nobody says that homeopathy did this. Only thing is, this is one-sided here. what I am telling and you are listening, but I don't know if there is someone they want to ask or have any query, what I am telling. There should be questions from you for me to answer. If somebody want to know why I selected some remedy, why I gave this remedy. Sometimes patients are very intelligent, they understand. Sometimes patients are very naive, they don't know about homeopathy or any science. They just want you to help them. So if there is any question or anything, then you can throw this to me and I will reply and give you the answer of this question as much as possible. I am also expecting my co-host from United Kingdom, Dr. Padma Priya Nair. I tried to call her. I don't know where she is, indoor or outdoor. Is 5:15 p.m. in United Kingdom, and I hope she will join soon. She is very highly educated. She is also practicing homeopathy according to Hahnemannian principles, and that's why I want her to join and share her knowledge. Regarding homeopathic practice in United Kingdom, it's very difficult. There is no support from any government or government authority even. They treat homeopathy as a mumbo jumbo. They think that homeopathy is unscientific. I always say, how can a science prevail or continue helping others? And how can we continue in the last 250 years? Homeopathy was one of the main, choice for millions in United Kingdom. In United Kingdom, everyone getting the medicine free through national health services, and they don't want to pay. But when they need us, they don't have any treatment, they don't get any relief, they come to us. Who will pay you £50 consultation fee and medicine charges on first visit, £100 or £80? Because they don't need anything with money. They want everything free. But if there is no alternative, then they have to pay. And they are coming to the private homeopathic doctors. And there are not many qualified doctors like India, 5-year full course like BHMS or MD. So it is our duty to do everything right and give them the right medicine and give them the proper advice without thinking of money side. In Organon of Medicine, our great master, Dr. Hahnemann, said it is a mission to treat the sick and cure the sick. When is the name or matter is called mission, so we have to do this mission, continue his mission and teaching and helping everyone with homeopathy in the most scientific way, in the most rational way. Some people call themselves homeopath, but they are actually not homeopath. I'm sad because they are using all sort of things. Other than homeopathy, I don't use any other science or any medicine. Just a minute. Sorry. To support the homeopathy, sometimes I use biochemical medicines. I was working since 10 a.m. continuous. Now I am here with you. So sometimes I supplement them with a biochemical medicine only in need. And biochemical medicine always helps. We have to take notice of few medicines which are not good with homeopathy medicine. Just like if we give Merxol, we should avoid Silicea. In Gelsemium, we avoid the magnesium phosphate, but there is no problem, but better to avoid. So what happens when someone comes to you, especially in country like United Kingdom, there most of people are educated and they understand what is happening and what the doctor's confidence is label is. I see some patients who are very different and they think they know everything. So when you are telling them something, they don't take notice, they don't listen to you. In such cases, we have to be careful advising them because they take it wrong. You can't pressurize anyone. We have to be very friendly, honestly, and professionally helping them and telling them what we can do, what we cannot. My practice in Slough, United Kingdom, is more than 35 years. And most of the patients come to me with the recommendation. You can't bring patient to your practice with the advertisement or by telling them that I am a homeopath. But it's good to have your visiting card in your pocket in case you go somewhere and somebody is talking, and then you can give your visiting card and tell them that I am a homeopath, I am based in Slough, and if you need any help, I am there. And once they come to you, there is only one chance. You have to be careful not to say anything which they don't like. Number two, you should prove that you are qualified and intelligent to understand their problem and their sickness and illness. Patient will never come back to you in case they are not satisfied with the first visit. At the same time, they see where you are practicing, what sort of your setup of the reception, surgery, medicine, books, and the way of case taking and procedure of case taking, your knowledge. They judge you if you are asking so many silly questions. In case he is intelligent, we can tell them this is good for them. Just like in the sleeplessness, they ask why you're asking what we eat, what we drink, how we sleep, what we like, what we dislike. The same thing is they don't know about homeopathy. They only know what doctor is giving. No, they don't know anything. We have to be very precise and intelligent to tell them what they can understand. You can't tell them the whole homeopathy when somebody comes to you. I have many different type of patients. Sometimes patients come to you with a different condition and their medical reports. So what we do there, we don't go for diagnosis. Diagnosis is already there. We have to find out what are the symptoms in any syndrome or any disease condition, and based on the symptoms and condition, we select the remedy. I never had problem selecting a remedy. In 99% cases, if you take a case properly, write down all the symptoms, take out the mentals and generals and physicals and rare symptom, peculiar symptom, definitely you will reach to the remedy, because homeopathic remedies are totally different than other science. Just like they give the remedy with the disease name, but we select a remedy for the person. We treat the disease is not the sick person. No, we treat the sick person who has got the disease. I remember about 50 years back when my teacher, Dr. Chaudhary, was telling we don't treat the diseases, we treat the sick persons. And who is sick? A person who is having the disease is the sick. So our great teachers, our great masters, they trained us gracefully and scientifically. So we will never repay them unless we do the right things and practice properly according to their teaching. There is one case I had of a young lady. She was suffering from migraine and symptoms were very, very clear. It was a case of belladonna rather than telling the whole case history. And her father keep telling me that we want to see you, we want to see you. It was about 30 miles from here, a place called, there is an airport, Stansted. So they keep telling me, I want to bring my daughter, I want to bring my daughter. She got a migraine. And when she came in the evening, I took the case, and surprisingly, the remedy was belladonna. So while they were sitting here, and she had a very severe pain, right side, face is red and throbbing, headache and everything. The case was of belladonna. I gave her one dose of belladonna while taking the case, rather than telling her, wait, and then I give you the medicine. She was a young lady. And while she was giving the case, it took about 25 to 30 minutes. And within that time, the belladonna worked like magic. Belladonna is very acute medicine and very fast acting medicine. So because I was sure this case is of belladonna, I gave her belladonna 201 dose. I use original medicine from Germany. And when I finished the case taking, she started crying. Her name was Melissa, Mellisa. And I asked her, why you are crying? And she keep crying, she keep crying. I said, why you crying? She said, doctor, I'm surprised. My headache is gone. Only 2%, 5%. It was a very severe busting headache, right side headache with my head just like busting. And I'm crying because why didn't I come to you earlier? Why I was suffering 10 months, 1 year since my dad was planning to visit you in Slough, 35 miles away from Slough. I was so surprised. She was not crying because she didn't get better. She was crying because she got better. And why didn't she come earlier to me? Then I said, don't worry. What happened, happened. We can't bring that back. The time is gone. There are so many other cases when I'm surprised like when is the right remedy, right medicine, right dose, selection, covering most of the symptoms and you get relief. I have seen homeopathic miracles since my childhood. My father was in India. I was born in India, North India, but my father was a railway officer and he was also practicing homeopathy. A gentleman came to railway station and the train was gone and he was saying, sir, we need to go. It was a very small station, 1962, 63. I was only 11-year-old, 12-year-old. And then he was not feeling well and he had body ache and fever. And he told my father, I want to go to the next station, big station called Bareilly. Otherwise, I will be dead, he said. My father said, what can I do? You came late. The train is gone. The next train is after 4 hours. The other trains are going. And every 3 hour, 4 hour, the trains are stopping here. Not the every train stops here. Then he keep pleading, please sir, do something for me. Please stop the train. Otherwise, I will die. It was only 7 miles away from that place. So my father said, if you want, I can give you some medicine. And my father gave the remedy on the basis of the symptoms because he got wet in the rain and he was having all the symptoms of the rust tox. So my father gave 3 doses of rust tox 30 and told him to come after 12:30 when the next train is coming. He went back and he never came back. It was about 1.5 miles away from the railway station. So my father was worried. Why did he come back? What happened to him? And then after 4:30 in the evening, my father took me and my elder brother, and we went to see him and asking for him in his village. Where is Bahoran? His name was Bahoran. Where is the Bahoran? And they said, why are you asking for him? Everyone saying that, no, we want to see him. He was sick this morning. Let's go and find out how is he now. So we were directed to his residence. When we went to residence, his wife was there, and she said he is gone to work in the field. My father was surprised. I was surprised. How can this happen? This morning he was really worried, and he had the fever, and he was saying, I can't wait, and I need to go to see the doctor in big town. And then my father said, okay, no problem. And that time I was too young to understand what is homeopathy. But Rostock's 33 doses made him better. And after a few hours, he was working in the field, plowing with the bullocks, Another thing, another case came to my father, and it was a case of dysentery. And the guy was passing a lot of blood and mucus. It was a very crampy pain and everything. So my father gave Merc Vivus, Mercurius Vivus. And in 3 days' time, he was fit. He was suffering since months and months. Actually, what happened, I tell you, everyone will be surprised what happened. How my father went to homeopathy and how he directed me to join homeopathic medical college in Lucknow. My father was a railway officer, so he was going to the next station for shopping and buying household goods. You want to go? Yeah. Or you want to wait here? You go and shop and come back here, no? Okay. Then ring me, then I open the door for you. So, thank you. No? I wait for you. Okay. So, my father was going to the next station for buying household things and food. The railway guard, they have got their own cabin. There's a beautiful cabin in the last compartment of the train. And there, the guard was very close to my father, and he said, Mr. Sharma, why don't you come and we go together chatting. During that train journey, about 9-10 minutes, he was taking some small homeopathic pills. And my father said, what you are taking? He said, I am taking homeopathic medicine. I don't know what medicine he was taking. Then he said, so who told you to take this medicine? He said, my brother is a homeopathy doctor in Lucknow. And he also teaching me homeopathy. Surprisingly, the doctor, when I learned homeopathy, then I said he was one of the top doctor of Lucknow. Very famous doctor, Dr. K.N. Mathur. Most respected doctor of that time. And it was his elder brother, Dr. Mathur. Then my father said, okay, my grandmother had some pain in the palm and some nodule type of thing. Then my father requested him, can you help my mother, that means my grandmother, if there is any medicine for her because she is suffering with the pain in the palm and all these symptoms, whatever that time was. He said, don't worry, tomorrow morning I am going back to Lucknow, and then you can bring your mom and I will see her, then I tell what to do. And I was directed that bring the grandma to the railway station when the train comes tomorrow, about midday. I was not sure what is happening because my father directed me and I was his son. So I said, okay, I will bring grandma. And I took my grandma to the railway station and then they said, let's go to the guard of the train. I said, what is happening? And then the Mr. Mathur's brother, younger Mathur, Jagdish Mathur maybe. So he saw my grandmother's hand and he said, okay, I will go and find out and the remedy and everything. After 3 days, he brought the medicine and that was causticum, Causticum, causticum. And he gave the small bottle of, it was a glass bottle with the cork on it. And they said, give mom 6 pills, very small 6 pills, like a poppy seed in the morning and 6 in the evening for 3 days and wait. So my father gave this medicine to grandmother and surprisingly, after 4 weeks, everything was okay. Everything was done. And that led to my father towards homeopathy. And a lot of people, they need help. So there was no hospital in that area. So my father was giving a medicine to most of the local people and they used to come. And I was his favorite son and dispenser as well. So he was telling me, go make 3 doses of aconite, make 3 doses of arsenic. So I know medicine and their names, especially the Polycrest one, since 1962-63, when I was only 12-year-old, 13-year-old. And my father was giving medicine to everyone around. The people used to come in bunch groups and he was helping them. So homeopathy since childhood is in my blood. My grandfather was a surgeon in the British Army. He had education from Lahore Medical College, King Edward Medical College. And my father was also interested in joining the medicine in 1945. He got admission in MBBS, but the partition spoiled his dreams. In 1947, they came to India from Lahore and they could not complete the education. So homeopathy didn't, it was not pushed, it was a choice. And my father, when left that railway station to the bigger station, and people were not happy that you are leaving, that you are helping everyone and giving the homeopathy medicine, all medicines, and you are like a boon for us, helping in medical emergencies. So all the local leaders and the village head, they were all crying, Mr. Sharma, you are leaving, and who will look after us? I was standing next to him. Then my father said, I will make my son doctor and he will come and help you and serve you. It's a really good story. So I was standing next to him. He put a hand on my head and said, I will make him a doctor and he will come back and help you. After that, I got, education up to the intermediate. It's called 12th class. And I was going to join BSc. And then my father saw one advertisement in Hindustan Times, admission of homeopathy course in Lucknow, National Homeopathic Medical College. And my father said, you go and join that college. So ultimately, I completed the full course, Bachelor of Medicine and Surgery. And very, very famous doctors, Dr. V.K. Gupta was my senior, Delhi doctors. And other doctors, I know them, they're very good homeopaths. They're a very popular homeopath. Dr. R.A. Singh, and so many good doctors. In that time, the education of homeopathy was brilliant. I don't know what is happening now. Out of 26 doctors, 24 doctors were D of Home London. And then I saw another miracle of homeopathy. It was the 15th August 1967. We were gathered by seniors after the bad time of, you know, when they join and they do ragging and everything. So we were very sad. What is happening with us? We are young kids and our seniors are causing a lot of problems. That day we were ready for Independence Day, 15th August 1967. One of my class fellow, he had colic, and every time he had the colic, he was suffering long times and getting the treatment like some injections and tablets and Pethidine or whatever you call Baralgan injection. I still remember what they was giving to him. So all of a sudden he had the pain, and wearing the white apron and everything, he was rolling on the ground with both hands on the tummy, bending double and rolling here and there. So one of our most popular homeopathic doctor of Lucknow, Dr. Muhammad Ishtaq Hussain Qureshi, he was head of the Materia Medica. He was standing and he called me, come here. Yes. What happened to him? I said, I don't know, sir. So then he asked him, what's happening? He said, sir, I'm dying. I've got pain. Oh my God, oh my God. So he said, have you got any paper? I said, I gave my, textbook, this text copy. And then he put a remedy name there. Go and quickly bring this medicine from the dispenser. That day it was working. Even on the Independence Day, our OPD was open. And I went there, so the dispenser was a bit rude to me. He said, why? What you are doing? Go in the queue. I said, no, I want some medicine urgently. The senior doctor, I didn't know even his name. He sent me this slip and he said, oh, Bada Sahab. And he gave immediately 2 doses of Colosynth 200. The remedy was Colosynthis 200. And when I went back and he gave one powder, he can open the mouth and put one powder. And within few minutes, he was feeling better and he stood up and cleaning the dust and everything from the apron and everything. He said, sir, what you have done to me? I said, what do you mean? He said, I'm better. What you have given to me? And doctor said, don't worry, you will know that you are a new, doctor, new student, you will know later on. And then he said, what should we do with the next dose? He said, no need. One is enough. My God. That was the first impression of homeopathy. The one dose of Colosynthis helped crampy, gnawing, pain with double bending in 6-7 minutes. And he said, don't worry, keep the other dose in pocket, don't use it. We were surprised. What are we dreaming? Homeopathy medicine is such a miraculous medicine. Another case, after 4-year education, we were sent to the OPD. And the same doctor who gave the Colosynthis was my favorite because he done some miracle in front of my eyes. So what I did, when I was in his practical training, 2 months in OPD, acute condition, 2 months in chronic disease, 2 months in surgery, 2 months in, this is a 1-year training, extra training after completion of the course, internship. So when I was in his benching area, we have allowed only 5 students sitting next to the senior doctor and observing what they are doing. A Muslim lady came with a burqa and Dr. Qureshi asked, how can we help you in the Urdu? Begum, kya chahiye? And she said, Dr. Saab, my face is discolored in Urdu. And then he said, don't worry, show your face. She took out the veil up and her half face was clean, half was a dark bluish and black. So right side is clear like everything on the left side like a shadow. And then what she want to do? And we were confused what she want to do this thing. Then she told other symptoms, and we were surprised what Dr. Qureshi will do to this case. And to my surprise, he found a remedy for that patient, and they said, Begum, you have to take this medicine at least for 4 to 6 months. It's not a magic overnight. If you want to continue, then I can give you the medicine. She said, I can do anything for this her. And she was given the medicine, but I was not sure whether she will get better and her face will be clear again. So what happened? I requested Dr. Qureshi Sahab, can you please, when I finish 2 months, can you please call me, sir, when next time the lady comes with the face? And then he said, why? I said, I want to see how much better she is after the treatment. And I was very nervous when I was saying this because he was the head of the department of the medicine. And every time she was coming, and they were telling me to go and sit next to doctor for observing what's progress. They're saying, go and call Dr. Sharma. The Sharma, but I was not doctor that time. Go and call Shashi Sharma. I am surprised. Her face color changed just like the clouds appearing inside the dark night, white, I mean pink. And until I was in that college, 72, I don't know what happened. Her face was more than 70 to 80% better and brighter and cleaner. And you know, the remedy was Crotalus hor. Crotalus horridus. That was in 30 potency. I don't know how they were giving, what they're repeating. So we have to be sure the medicine needs repetition in case of deep medicine, deep diseases. In acute conditions, we need few doses. In chronic conditions, we need repetition of the medicine. And we have to be sure what we are giving is right. And right means simillimum. Simillimum means a remedy. Remedy means solution. I am surprised when a lot of homeopaths they are talking nonsense. I'm very sad. They talk nonsense, give this, give that, without base. There should be some base for giving a remedy. Sometimes patients don't tell us, but I cross-question them. Just like in Pulsatilla, the lady came with the Pulsatilla. Not every crying lady is a Pulsatilla. It may be CPI, it may be Natramur. There are so many other remedies. To confirm that, I said, you like a warm room or open air? She said, I like open air. You like oily fatty food or dry food? She said, I don't like oily fatty food. Another question I asked, very special question. A lot of people don't ask. You like happy? You are happy when somebody is pleasing you, when somebody is showing sympathy with you. This is a real mental symptom of Pulsatilla, consolation. So we have to go through characteristic symptoms. What is given in the Materia America? Our science is the one of the greatest science in the world, but we are not following properly. We are giving medicine without base. We don't understand the characteristic symptom, peculiar symptoms, rare symptoms. We are just giving the remedy. Just like in constipation, 99% doctors say, give Nux Vomica, give Nux Vomica. What is Nux Vomica will do if there is no similarity of the symptoms? It may be Brania, it may be alumina, it may be any other remedy. Or it may be opium, depending on. Yes, I remember one case of opium. There was Mr. Singh. I met and he was very funny type person, but he was very lazy person, and he had the stick in the hand like a king. He was all the time shaking the, and he used to go for toilet every 2 weeks, and he had all the medicines, nothing helped. When he consulted me and I gone through the symptoms, I found the remedy very, very important remedy. The remedy was opium. I started with opium 200. Generally, I start with 200 in confirmed cases. Otherwise, in acute cases, you can go for 30. Just like if I'm giving someone allium sipa, it can be 30. Arsenic album, it can be 30. But when there's a definite symptoms, definite case, I always give 200 potency, 1 or 2 doses immediately. Even in one case, I could not wait next day. Lycopodium aggravation time is in the evening, 4 to 8 p.m. They said, don't give the lycopodium in the evening. It was about half 4. I said, okay, don't worry. I gave the lycopodium 200 and it worked in spite of the aggravation time. So that gentleman, Mr. Singh, who had long history of constipation, opium, after 9 days, he passed stool, and next day he had a big meal. Then third day he passed the stool. I stopped the medicine because when the medicine is working, it is called secondary action. We should not repeat the medicine when the secondary action is happening. Primary action, the remedy can aggravate the symptoms. When it aggravates the symptom, that means the remedy is right. If nothing is happening, medicine is not right. So the case of opium is a lifetime memory. I will never forget. Once I was on the radio show, and somebody had good information of homeopathy. Then they invited me to the television. It was called ZTV, still in the India and UK. Before that, it was called Asia Net, in the TV Asia. The presenter of TV Asia, while taking my interview, and he was very surprised listening to my homeopathic philosophy and principles. Then he said, you are very sure of homeopathy? I said, yes, I am very sure of homeopathy. You are very confidently telling everything. Yes, yeah, I am very confident. I know my teachers told me everything. I am good enough to help everyone. All of a sudden, he said on the live television, that time it was a live, he said, how you can help me in my migraine? Then I said, okay, let's go live on the television. The gentleman told me that I have got a migraine on right side of the head, starting from the back occipital region, settling in my right eye. Then I asked about the other symptoms. He gave the symptoms of nausea, vomiting, feeling better by vomiting or whatever. Then I said, next Thursday, it was a program on Thursday. I said, I give you some medicine, and next Thursday you tell me what happens to you. He said, every morning I have get up with a migraine. And I was very sure, but whatever symptoms he gave. So Thursday, I was in the studio. Friday, I made some medicine and sent it to studio through someone. Go and deliver this for this gentleman. And he is very popular British actor. Everyone know him. Dev Sagu, I give the name. I said, take only 3 doses every 10 minutes and then let me know what happens. To my surprise, only 203 doses of Sanguinaria. Sanguinaria 200. 3 doses cured the migraine of about 6-7 years standing. And until now, no headache, no recurrence. And when I went there next time, I was very sure I will get the positive news. When the program started, first 10 minutes he was only praising me. I said, don't praise me, praise homeopathy. Praise the master who developed this science, Dr. Samuel Hahnemann. So after that program and the confirmation that my homeopathy, the remedy treated him successfully and he got cured of the migraine, I had hundreds of calls. That was a live testimony that homeopathy worked on him. And then other presenters, they were calling on their shows. So I had line and queue of the other presenters inviting me to their program. Even I appeared on BBC One UK channel in 1989. People don't believe until they see you on the television. This is the new drama. They want that this doctor is famous, that's why he's on television. But we don't need publicity for us. We need publicity for homeopathy. Without doubt, homeopathy is the only science in the world which has got the definite treatment. If I give 10 symptoms and all symptoms are corrected symptoms, all the 12 homeopaths will give the same remedy. That is homeopathy. We are not confident. Why? Because we didn't learn homeopathy properly. All those who learn the homeopathy properly according to the teaching of Hahnemann, they are never confused. They're never giving up. In many cases where no remedy is working, what you can do? In some cases where there is no result, acute conditions, it's clearly written in Boric Materia Medica, give few doses of sulfur. It will open the case, it will make the way for the next remedy. I know a lot of senior doctors are giving trio, homeopathy, sulfur, calcarea, lyco. That I have also tried. There are good results of homeopathy trio, sulfur, calcarea, and lyco. But one doctor from Geneva, he said never start treatment with lycopodium. If lycopodium is your first remedy, especially in the men, please, please, please never start with lycopodium. That is my experience. When you start any treatment and there is a need of lycopodium, you can start with Nux vomica previous night, or you can give calcarea carb and then follow with lycopodium. Our mission is to treat the sick and tell the truth, not to tell the so-called imaginary stories. I don't want to name anyone, but there are so many people, they are claiming I have treated these many cases of this illness. They are wrong. They have not treated the diseases, they have treated the sick people who are suffering. And what they are giving is the need of the body. It is the cry of the. Suppose you have got a fever, it's very difficult treating the fever. You have to have all the characteristics of the fever: thirst, taste of the mouth, sweating, desires and aversions, sleep. It's very difficult. If you are treating fever, you have to be very precise and never prescribe the medicine. Never give the medicine when the fever is going on. When the fever is increasing, avoid giving the medicine. Wait until the fever comes down. Some cases when the fever is very high, we give belladonna. or Econite. But my suggestion is to give the medicine when the fever is coming down. I remember one case of a lady. She had a psoas abscess. Psoas abscess means in the hip region, it was a big abscess, and she was lying on the bed with a bed sheet. And I was going to see someone, the person who was very old and could not come to my clinic. And they requested me, doctor, please, after your duty hours, come and see that old lady. I said, okay, I will go and see that old lady, about 85. And while I was going with my assistant, and he said, sir, this lady is suffering since long, and she had got a big abscess type of things in the gluteal region, and she can't walk, and she's always lying. It was on the left side of the hip. So I said, okay, let me come back from there. I will see her. And when I came back, I saw it was definite case of Celicia. She was only 36-year-old lady, and I gave her Celicia 1M, 1000, 3 doses. I said, take 1 dose every morning for 3 days, Celicia 1000 power. And after a few weeks, I went there, and she said, the powder you gave is drying up my wound. An abscess is drying up. Can you give me more powders? Then I said, okay, you don't need it. It's working now. It's around 20 days, 30 days before I gave you 3 doses, 1 dose daily morning. No, he said, please, you want anything, any money? And I said, don't worry. I sent them Seclec, simple lactose glucose, you call it, sugar of milk, to just that I am taking care of her request. And she got better. After about 1 year, I was going on the same road, and I saw a lady standing with a baby in the lap. And I asked that lady, where is Sheila? Then she started laughing. I said, why you are laughing? I want to find out where is Sheila. And she had a baby, about 2-month-old baby in the lap, yeah, young baby, very little baby boy. And she said, doctor, sir, I am Sheila. Oh my God, I said. She said, after your medicine, not only it helped me getting my abscess better, I was having the pregnancy problem. I was not conceiving. But I don't know. Your medicine helped me in conceiving as well. So Celicia has got the centrifugal action. Maybe she was not ovulating, and she conceived, and she had a baby boy. And to my surprise, she asked me my name again. I said, why are you asking my name? Dr. Sharma, no, he said, what is your first name, sir? What is your first name? I said, my name is Dr. Shashi Mohan Sharma. She said, if you mind, then I gave my son your name. I said, what do you mean? She said, with your blessing, I have got a son, but I name him Shashi. And they are Vermas. I said, no problem. I'm Sharma, let it be Verma, Shashi Verma. I don't know where he's now. Maybe he's now 30 or 35-year-old. It's a long story, maybe 40-year-old story. It was 77, 78, I'm talking about. So, homeopathy do miracles. We don't believe until it happens. I am in the United Kingdom. When I came here, nobody knew me. Now, by the grace of the God, Most of the people know me in Asian community because of the television and radio programs. And a lot of people are coming to me from all over United Kingdom. I have got a patient from Germany, Italy, Spain, Austria, America, Canada. But they come to me because I helped one of their family member. You can't call the patient from website and telling people that I'm a pet. They need confirmation from someone. They got better. This used to happen in my clinic because now is the corona time in UK. One person is allowed at one time. So when the new patients are coming, they will see other patients sitting. They start chatting. How long you are taking homeopathy? Has he done something to you? Especially the new patient. And any patient which gives the positive response, the patients feel better and they are more confident. If somebody is saying doctor's behavior is no good, he's not giving the medicine, he's a money minded, he's charging you too high fee. So we have to do legally show that how much is your fee, how much your medicine charge. In the United Kingdom, you have to legally show, just like here. What is your fee? What are your charges? And any discount for students, unemployed, and senior citizens. We give discount. We have to be very, very helpful and understanding. Hello, Zain. Okay, I'm come. Can you give only 1 minute? Somebody is on the door. I open the door because there's a young man. 1 minute only. I will be back, please. Yeah, good, good. You've been to home? Yeah, I went home to get a charger. Good. Thank you very much. I was just letting someone in. So I was continuing with the patient. And my thread of thought is broken, but I will continue. What happens when somebody comes to you and asks, do you have treatment for this illness? What you will do? What you will say? We say we have got the treatment for every illness. My pet dialogue is, I can treat anything except death. I can't help someone who is dead. But we have to make sure limitations. What are the limitations in homeopathy? What you can treat and what you can't treat. I've got a call from Dr. Padma. Let's see what she's saying. I want her to come on the. Let's see. 1 minute, please. Dr. Padma, this is Dr. Sharma. Are you not on the? Why don't you join then? Can you join now? Because people want to listen to you as well. Don't worry, next time maybe, huh? Okay, you continue. I'm continuing till 6:30. Okay, thank you. Bye. So this was Dr. Padma Priya Nair. She is listening to the program, not watching because maybe she's outside. So whatever happens,
Sir,
yeah,
sir, a slight reminder. You only have 18 minutes left. After 12 a.m., we should have to shift to another person to speak.
how much time is left?
You have 17 minutes more.
17 minutes enough for me.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Are you enjoying?
Yes.
Dr. Padma just called me and she's not in, so she could not join. She need to have the laptop, computer, or something. If is there any question from audience, then I can answer. Is there any question? Are you enjoying Shalu Rajan?
Yes.
Everyone enjoying?
Yeah. Just to finish your time.
I will finish in time.
Yeah. Please proceed.
I can't see myself.
Because you are sharing, you cannot see yourself.
I can see. Thank you. I can see you now. Hello. Don't worry. If you can see me, that's okay. Hello,
Yeah.
Dr. Anil Kumar. Dr.
Yeah,
Nishant Tripathi ji. But I've got a lot of good people here. So what I'm telling now, whenever someone asks you something like this, can you treat this condition? So we say we don't treat conditions. We treat the symptoms, the group of symptoms, the totality of symptom. But not everyone is good enough to understand homeopathy. So don't worry, we will find out what is wrong with you, what are the problems you are facing. And most of the time ask, what is the most important trouble you are going through? If you treat the main symptoms, that gives them the confidence. And there are only two conditions which are most serious condition for medical people to handle. One is pain and another is fever. If there is no pain, people don't care. If there's no fever, people don't care. Sometimes objective symptoms like bleeding or other conditions where you can see, visualize objective symptoms that can be worrying, like a redness of the skin or eczema or brittle nails, yellow nails, falling of hair. But definitely pain and fever, they are the two top symptoms, conditions which makes everyone worry. We are based in Slough, United Kingdom. We are also enrolling students from all over the world for post-graduation homeopathy. It's a one-year course called PG Home London. If anyone is interested joining the course, they can join it. And this time in the Corona time is a distance learning. We are giving courses, and there are more than 900 doctors from India has done PG Home London. I'm surprised. Yeah, 900, more than 932, and then all over the world they are studying. But one thing is there: you need to be at least BHMS to join the PG Home London course. In UK, homeopathy is totally different. Most of the colleges are giving 3 year to 4 year, 3 year to 4 year course, and they are only weekend. We are only full-time 7-day college in the whole of the Europe. Somebody is asking, Graham, how much is the courses? You can send your queries to info at hchuk.com, or you can see our website www.hchuk.com. And we are organizing homeopathic scientific seminar every year at the University of West London. In 3 years back, there 7 doctors came from Hyderabad, and they did a PG Home London course, and after going back, they doubled their fees from 250 rupees to 500 rupees, and telling everyone that we've been to London, now we are PG Home London. So London is one of the most famous town or capital in the world. Most of the product people say London, New York, Tokyo, Paris, and London, Paris, New York, Tokyo, now Melbourne and other places are coming, but nothing is better than London, Paris, New York, and Tokyo. So if you need any help from United Kingdom, please don't forget to remember me. Whether you join my college or not, if you need any help from United Kingdom, then I'm here to help you. Lot of homeopathy doctors, they are coming from India, and they don't know how to do, what to do, how to start practice. I'm always helping them. I don't feel them as my competitor. My competitors are only allopathy doctors. What they can't do, I do. My contact number is Dr. Seema Sultana. My UK number is 0044 7799 168089. Or you can Google my name, Dr. Shashi Mohan Sharma, UK. You will get all the information. Dr. Shashi Mohan Sharma, UK. You Google it, you will get all the information of the college or Hahnemann College of Homeopathy. Before going after the 10 minutes, I tell you the history of the college. There was one doctor from Calcutta, my dear Nishant Tripathi ji, is especially for you. There was a DMS course going on from Calcutta. That's right. 00447799168089. That's right. So he came to United Kingdom in 1979 or 70s. He was a highly qualified at that time. DMS was the very high education. DHMS, BHMS, now BHMS now, and BMS, Bachelor of Medicine and Surgery. That was a very good course, 5-year full-time course, 4-time full-year course. So when he came to United Kingdom, he was a homeopathic doctor. His brother was a doctor from Punjab, and he wrote so many books in Punjabi. And when he came to United Kingdom, he didn't get any recognition from the local community like English people. They were taking Asians as from India, third world country. So he started working in London Underground to survive. He was at one time underground railway driver because you have to survive and earn money for living. Later on, he started his practice in a place called Southall, very popular area for Asian community. And 1980, he established this college, Hahnemann College of Homeopathy. Not only this, he established one organization called Homeopathic Medical Association. Is one of the most popular association in the United Kingdom. And since then, this college is functioning, one of the oldest colleges in the United Kingdom with the hundreds of the students from America, Canada, Europe, and all over the world. I joined this college in 1996 as lecturer of organ of medicine. Then I was also teaching homeopathic repertory because in 1985 I made homeopathic card repertory that was released by the President of India, Gyani Jail Singh. So I had special interest in repertorization because repertory is the subject that helps you in the daily practice. We are studying a lot of things, but we have to give more importance to those subjects which helps in the daily practice like a materia medica and repertorization. Pharmacy, one time you learn for life. Organon you learn for life. Practice of medicine, you learn for life. But you need to understand and learn remedy in detail, which helps you in confirming that you have selected the right remedy. We should not do the shortcut method and thinking that we are very expert and this remedy will work. Always find out the remedy and then confirm, if possible, going through the materia medica, that whatever remedy you are giving is definitely going to help and not wasting the time. Not you are wasting the time, it is the prestige of homeopathy. At the same time, the disease is advancing day by day with want of medicine. I'm never shy of consulting repertory. I never shy of consulting materia medica. Many patients in United Kingdom, they are pleased if you do search. If you search the right remedy, and they are happy that you are giving more care for them. You're doing something extraordinary. And I tell you the last thing, I've got a few minutes left. Sometime I find out remedy immediately because of my 49 year of homeopathic practice. Then what I do, because we are a group like a family, that's why I have to tell you. Then I go through the whole symptoms again and again, reconfirming the symptoms, giving them more time. Otherwise, they think I went to doctor and doctor took 80 pounds, 100 pounds in 5 minutes, 10 minutes. They want that I have given them time, I have listened to them, not like a GP who gives the medicine in 5 minutes and you're out. So at least half an hour to 1 hour is good time for first time consultation. Where patient leave you, they feel happy that I gave them right listening, thoroughful listening, and took notice of each and every symptoms which they want to get rid of. My advice is to all homeopathy doctors, never prescribe medicine until you are confirmed and satisfied that this medicine is going to help. Second thing is never go for cheap medicine, go for the high quality medicines. Number third, maintain the standard of homeopathy, but not advising them on the roadside and walking outdoor. It's better you take a pen and paper and write down the whole symptoms and find out the remedy and prescribe them the right remedy, which is going to give you respect. I have seen so many doctors, they are not even having knowledge of any organ of medicine or anatomy, physiology or pathology, and they are practicing homeopathy only based on the symptoms. There was a time when there was a homeopathy in India. They were not qualified from the colleges, but they were very, very popular. I remember Dr. Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar ji and doctor from Delhi who established one practice and this charitable hospital, Dr. Sinha, and so many they were. But this is the time now. We are more advanced. We should learn everything properly. We should learn everything what is happening around the world. We should be matching with the world class homeopathy. Then people will respect you. Otherwise, it's a bad name for homeopathy. I've got 3 minutes left, and I wish everyone will continue with this great program going on, this webinar. And we must understand each and every remedy. You will be surprised. When I was in medical college, it was a 5-year time to finish the course. After that, I started reading books again. And that was a time when I learned more and more in-depth knowledge of homeopathy. One of my very respected friend, Dr. Luke Shepherd from America, he gave up homeopathy for this reason, that he will go in solace and peace and study homeopathy thoroughly. In Santa Fe, America, he is studying homeopathy at this age. To me, he is a very learned person. He is a very learned doctor. I remember Dr. P. Shankaran from Mumbai, Dr. Jugal Kishore ji from Delhi, Dr. Muhammad Ishaq Hussain Qureshi from Lucknow, Dr. Chaudhary, and so many my seniors. They did wonder and they guided me. I am highly thankful to them. I am highly thankful to everyone who is advising us what to do and what not to do. And I hope the time is now for the next speaker. So anyone who will like to contact me, then they can send me email direct dr.smsharma@yahoo.com. My direct email is dr.smsharma@yahoo.com. I really enjoyed speaking and telling my experience. I hope to join next time. And doctor, I see you. I didn't get your name, doctor.
Me, myself,
Yes.
I'm Dr. Shaji Kudiyat. Thank you. We
I'm just
enjoyed you.
confirming again. I met you after a long time.
Yeah,
Dr. Shaji, you are doing a wonderful job. Definitely,
we are doing.
I really enjoyed
Yeah.
joining, but I'm sad Dr. Pratma Priya could not join.
Okay.
Maybe next time.
Yeah.
You have any help from me from UK, I'm ready to help. Any
Thank you.
homeopathy world, any doctor anywhere in the world, if they need any help, I'm here to help. I am capable of
Thank
helping
you.
them.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you
Thank
for
you very
joining
much,
us.
and
We
I hope
enjoyed
you
your talk.
continue.
Wish to have your talk again in our daily sessions. We have daily Zoom sessions every day. We finished our 200. We will be still continuing our daily sessions, educating, creating awareness about the possibilities and potentials of homeopathy to the ordinary people around the world, bringing best homeopathic doctors and teachers and speakers from around the world. So you are part of
Dr.
it.
Shaji,
You
you're
are
doing a
welcome
good
to our
job.
forum
I met you
all the time.
I met you long time ago. About 2 years, 3 years. How long
I
ago?
think, yeah, 2 years ago. Yeah.
I'm meeting a lot of doctors. That's why I said, sorry. I said, tell me your
Thank
name
you.
again.
Thank you. Our next